Live from Austin, Texas, with host Rosie Newberry. Local trends, shopping, and more. This is Studio 512.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us today for Studio 512. Austin Gay Men's Chorus is taking to the stage for a not-so-silent night this weekend. Donovan Jones and Christine Linschoten are here to tell us more about what to expect. Y'all, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Lovely to have you both here. And Donovan, we're starting with you. Tell us about Austin Gay Men's Chorus and who your voices are composed of.
Sure. The Austin Gay Men's Chorus was founded in 1989. We're in the beginning of our 37th season.
Wow.
We're very excited about that. We were a chorus that was formed out of and for gay men, really about the HIV/AIDS crisis in the late 80s and early 90s.
Sure.
But now we are a chorus that is expanded in our scope, and we actually have a chorus that is not only gay men. We have a whole bunch of people from all over Central Texas. We have men, women, trans and non-binary folks, and we are a chorus for everybody.
Oh, that's wonderful. How many voices do you have?
There's just under 150 on stage for this concert.
Whoa, okay, so we are covering the entire range, right?
Yes.
The continuum of voices from low to high.
Yep.
And lots of sound.
Yes, yes.
When I hear 150, I'm thinking it's going to be a pretty big concert.
We fill the room. It's amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Christine, tell us about specifically this performance, A Not So Silent Night. What can audiences expect from it?
Yeah, audience members are really in for a treat this weekend. We have 4 shows. The first one is tonight, and we still have tickets for it. You're going to get a whole gamut of holiday songs. We have Hanukkah arrangements. We have pop song arrangements. We have your typical choral tradition arrangements. There's something for everyone. Our artistic director, Thomas Rinn, has done a really good job of drawing a wide circle so that there's something for everybody, both for the singers and for the audience members.
Well, I know you're semi-new to Austin Gay Men's Chorus, but you're the assistant artistic director.
Yes.
So talk to me about the thoughtfulness of song choice and even just getting fresh with the arrangements of songs people might recognize.
Absolutely. We really want to make sure that we are offering something for everybody's ear, but also offering something for everybody's singing. And so there are different skills that need to be brought to maybe singing a Kelly Clarkson arrangement, which you are going to see, versus a 8-part Love Her, 8-part Hanukkah song that our small group Take Note is preparing that has really tight jazz harmonies. It's really important that people are hearing and seeing all of it as well. And I should also say it's not just singing. We have costumes, we have dancers, we have lighting.
What?
Santa's going to be wandering the aisles during a couple of the songs. It's really fantastic, and there's just something for everyone who attends this weekend.
Well, I'm glad you said something for everyone, because I was going to say, dun-da-da-da, special guest at some of the performances. The man in red himself, he's going to be there.
He's going to be in the lobby before the show, and as Christine just said, during the show. So yeah, we are a chorus for everybody. Bring your young ones, bring your not so young ones, and have a great time.
Oh, that sounds good to me. Yeah. And we did talk a little bit about how many performances there are, but I just want everybody to know it's just this weekend, so you got to get moving. But there are different time periods. After tonight, you've got 2 shows a day. Is that right?
So we have 1 show tonight. We have 2 shows tomorrow, one at 4 p.m., one at 8 p.m., and we have 1 show on Sunday. That's unfortunately sold out. You might be able to squeak 1 or 2 tickets in there, but it's really the first 3 that we need to get folks into the seats for. So.
Okay, so if you don't already have some Friday night plans, this is it, everybody. This is your time. And how can we get a hold of tickets?
Sure, tickets are available at atxgmc.org. Tickets are right there on the main page, easy to find, and they range anywhere from $20 up to a little bit higher. So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a really easy starting point.
Yeah.
And I just want to ask the both of you, if folks haven't interacted with like a gay men's chorus before, I know that there are examples of them all over the nation. Can you just give me an idea of, why it's a great choice to come out and see, and why we should continue to support gay men's choruses?
Absolutely.
Sure.
I'll let you start.
Well, so there's gay men's choruses in most major cities. We're a part of the larger gay love movement. There's a few hundred gay and lesbian choruses that are networked together in this country, but we're all individual choruses, but we all do the same thing. We try to change hearts and minds through song.
Gotcha.
And also, we are just a really fun way to celebrate the holidays. Nobody walks into our room and doesn't leave saying that they're not now in the holiday spirit.
Right.
So
absolutely.
it's come to have fun, but also come to feel some meaning and feel some real heart.
And we stole you from Columbus, Ohio,
You
in order to
did.
bring you to Austin
yeah.
to help bulk up our chorus, which is absolutely
Yes, this
amazing.
is the second gay men's chorus I've been working for, and I'm very happy to be staying in this lane.
Well,
We
we're
are too.
happy that you're in the Lone Star State. And Christine, did you want to mention anything as well?
You had great things to say, Donovan, and I'll just add that someone who's new on the staff as well, the joy that I have in the room for rehearsals, the laughter that we have, just the collective safety and creativity and there's no better word, joy, that we share together is something really special, and I hope patrons will continue to support.
And joy is what you're bringing to everybody else. So thank you for what you do. Break a leg.
Thank
you.
For the performances this weekend. So exciting. All right, guys, get tickets to A Not So Silent Night at atxgmc.org. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by The Coloring Table. The Coloring Table offers fun designs that are a great gift idea using patented material that can either wash right out or be used as a keepsake. Owner and CEO Kelly Tramontano and Business Operations Manager Kristen Palmer are here to tell us more about their company, and it's so cute. I'm really excited to talk about this. So Kelly, if you wouldn't mind, tell us a little bit about The Coloring Table and what we're looking at here today.
Thank you. So the Coloring Table, we designed some washable, reusable fabric products. And right here, what we're looking at is our holiday design tablecloth. We have 9 different patterns that we hand draw, and they come in a variety of tablecloth sizes, along with our aprons and our pillowcases and our placemats. And you just pick up a washable, reusable Crayola marker, and you can just start coloring. Even if you have young colors who are 2 or 3 and they just want to scribble like I'm doing here, it doesn't matter because it all washes out. You just wash on cold and dry on low, and everything comes out, and the kids can do it over and over so they can grow into coloring and enjoy their product for a long time.
Tell me what makes your product unique and different.
Well, there are a couple things that make it unique and different. First and foremost is that we got our patent on our product in 2018, and it's for how we structure our tablecloths. So it starts with a cotton polyester blend on top, and so it absorbs your color really nicely, and then it's patented on the back with a waterproof backing that we overlay on top of it so that it protects your table from inks and drinks and food from going through. Ours you can use over and over, and if you want to make it a keepsake, it just depends on the markers that you use.
That is so cool. All right. How can our viewers purchase your product, Kristen?
We are online on Amazon, Etsy, and Walmart. So if you just search for The Coloring Table on any of those 3, we pop right up. The best place to visit us, though, is on our website, thecoloringtable.com. We've created a specialty discount code, Austin 2025, which will save the viewers 20% off of their purchases between now and the end of the year. So visit thecoloringtable.com and use code Austin 2025. Definitely stick to the washable Crayola markers if you want your color to wash out and you want to reuse it over and over again, or those fabric markers if you want the color to stay and then it becomes the keepsake.
So you've got something for different seasons. Right now we're playing around with the holiday version.
Yes,
Tell
we
me
have
a little bit
holidays,
more.
but we have everyday ones too. Animals, ocean time. We have a learning pattern with your ABCs. We've got something for everybody.
Sounds good to me. Thank y'all so much. What a cool idea.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Shop online right now at thecoloringtable.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by The Coloring Table. Welcome back. The ATX Small Business Passport is an easy way to explore local shops throughout the end of the year. And one of those businesses featured is called Slow North, which was on the show with us back in COVID times. Joining us now in person is Michelle Simmons to tell us more. Michelle, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. Remind our audience, if you can, about Slow North.
Yeah, so we are a 10-year-old business here in town. We are a natural lifestyle brand. We handcraft everything in Austin with our team. And my main mission is to create transparent products made with essential oils so you know what's in your candles.
Tell me about kind of the impetus, how you got started.
Sure. So when I was home on maternity leave with my first son, I started looking around my home, kind of like detoxing everything, really paying attention to ingredients. And one of the big offenders for me was candles. And so I started making my own, popping up at little markets around town. And then we've slowly kind of grown from there. And now we have a retail shop in front of our store, in front of our production. So we make everything behind the shop. So you see us. It's like a maker studio. And we actually have weekly candle classes that people can come in and do it themselves. So we're spreading the love. Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
And what a great thing to do, like as an experience gift.
It's so fun.
If you're thinking about loved ones in your life.
Yes, and you can do it together. So you have a shared memory of making the scent. It's a signature scent for you. So you blend the oils and make exactly what you want. And then you go home and you burn it and you remember the time you had together. So
I think that's really sweet.
Thank you.
Let's talk about the ATX Small Business Passport, because this is your second year participating.
Yeah, so super excited to be back with them. Parker and Scott, they coordinate this for everybody. And so we are local businesses that have joined together to create this little passport. You go around, you visit each shop, and you get a stamp. So it's like collecting the passport. And then this is good through the end of the year. And then if you have 5 stamps in January, you come back to the visit our shops, and you all receive either, like for us, it's going to be a free mini candle, or maybe a different store is doing a % off.
Well, it's a
Summer
wonderful
work.
way to support local during the holidays.
Yes.
And then you get a little something for yourself. Come January.
Yeah.
Yes. And of course, we love Parker and Scott, and they have a very similar outlook, I think, to you.
They do. Yeah, definitely. Sourcing, handmade, ethically sourced, local
Mercantile
businesses.
of
Yeah,
sorts.
we love them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about what you offer in store, because I know you said it's kind of that maker quality shop, but I'm looking at a lot of things that I think would be great gifts.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm super excited. Today we're actually launching the pre-sale of this collaboration candle we worked on with Ghost Pepper Glass, which is another woman-owned business here in town, and they made these special vessels for us, and we are custom pouring the scent of your choice into them. And it's a very limited edition. There's only 22.
Oh my gosh.
Super excited about that.
Hop on it.
Yeah, and then this is our signature line, everyday candles everyone loves, available in a wide range of scents. This is just our 8-ounce candle. The main thing about this is they're really good for scent-sensitive people. So if you typically get headaches from candles, or you kind of like sworn them off, I invite you to try ours, because they're made with essential oils, and I think it makes a big difference.
Absolutely. And then you've got bigger guys.
We have our bigger ones, and this vessel is actually really fun. So this is a gold. These are our holiday scents. So you have Cheer and Merry and Bright. This one's cinnamon, peppermint, and cypress.
Ooh.
And then Merry and Bright has clementine, northern fir, and clove.
Okay, well, I've got it. I'm the worst about this, guys. I stand around and smell candles at stores all day.
Yeah.
Oh, it's lovely. Lovely stuff.
And then a really nice gift, So these are therapy packs. They're hot cold, so you either chill them in the freezer or warm them up in the microwave. We have a neck wrap and an eye mask bundle, so it's a perfect gift. If you're like, no, people I love don't, they don't want candles, this is what I would suggest. Yeah,
It's lovely, and I can't believe it's just handmade right here in Austin. That's so cool.
And they're filled with unscented lentils, so they're sustainable. And at the end of the life, it's not plastic beads, going out into the landfills. So
that is so
it's
cool.
Really...
Let's talk about these sprays.
Yeah, so the linen sprays, I would recommend using those with our therapy packs for some aromatherapy, because these are unscented naturally. But then also just around your home, in your car, restroom, bedroom, anywhere, they're wonderful scents to spray.
And then this, I thought, was the smartest idea for gift giving, because so often I'm like, I have no idea what kind of scent my friend likes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so that's why we put this together. It's our favorites collection, and you'll see 6 little mini 2-ounce candles, and they are our most popular scents. So I really don't think you can go wrong if you're not sure what scent they like to deliver something like this.
Yeah, I'm seeing rosemary, lemon, orange, clove, midnight garden.
Yeah,
that sounds lovely.
Beautiful floral blend. Yeah, and then eucalyptus lavender is our all-time most popular.
And another one of those that feels very like spa.
Exactly.
Very zen. All right, let's talk about those workshops a little bit more if we can. Can we, schedule a time to come in and spend time with our loved ones, or do them by ourselves?
Exactly. Yeah, make new friends, right? So a lot of people come in that are kind of new to town and they want to meet some people. Yeah, so you come in, we have them weekly. They're on our calendar on the website. So those are our public workshops, and you will make your own signature blend in a vessel like this. And then we also book, though, private classes for like girls' nights or birthdays or bachelorette parties. And so you can book with us a variety of ways, but every week we have at least 4 workshops going on.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it means you can stop by pretty often and you might get addicted.
Like a monthly candle date. Yeah.
Exactly. Having too much fun, you got to keep coming back. All right, and then if we can, let's just finish out by talking a little bit more about the passport, because I see these participating businesses, and a lot of them I know. 7th Street Candle, Harper Sage, they make amazing jumpsuits. All sorts. Lemon Drop, a children's shop, so cute. So what is it like to kind of be in this group of similar type businesses where you guys are all supporting each other?
I mean, Austin's such a supportive community in general. That's why I love growing our business here. And so I feel like this is just another way we can raise each other up, you know, be like, hey, I'm so glad you came into my shop. I invite you to come check out these other businesses that I think you'll also like, because it's such a curated, similarly minded group of business owners here in town.
Well, and a couple of them I need to check out. Tanuki Games, Pop Vintage, some really cool ideas. So a wonderful experience getting around town, and also just really wonderful gifts that you can give to other people, or maybe to yourself. Nothing wrong with that. Thank you so much, Michelle,
Thank you.
for your time.
Thank you so much,
Appreciate
Rosie.
it.
Yeah.
For more information on Slow North, visit slownorth.com, and they're celebrating 10 years, y'all. That's huge. And you can get your very own ATX Small Business Passport by visiting atxsmallbiz.com. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Austin Telco Federal Credit Union. There's a lot of shopping going on at this time of the year, and it is so important to protect your accounts. Pamela Cotton, Vice President of Member Services at Austin Telco Federal Credit Union, is here with tips to keep us safe at this time of the year. Pam, what are some tactics used by online hackers that we should be on the lookout for?
Yeah, so very important topic. Hackers love to use those phishing emails or text messages where they're mimicking your financial institution or any other service provider to try to get your personal information so that they can, get into your accounts and things like that. There's a software called key logging where they're literally looking at the keystrokes trying to get your usernames and passwords, so you have to look out for that as well. And then man in the middle is public Wi-Fi. So whenever you're using public Wi-Fi, don't log into your financial accounts, things like that, because people can get in there and get that personal information. So you definitely have to be careful with that.
I didn't know that. And I told you off camera, I've just recently been the victim of something very similar. And so it's not just older folks who may not be super computer savvy. It happens to all of us.
Absolutely.
So what are some methods and tools someone should use to secure their account?
So the first thing is use very strong passwords. Don't use your birth date, don't use your name, but use something that's going to be very difficult for somebody to guess at, right? A 2-factor authentication or multi-factor authentication where if you're logging in, you're going to get a text message giving you a secure access code. We would never ask you what that is. So if you're doing that, if you're accessing a website and you got a code and somebody says, okay, what's the secure access code? Hang up, run, because that's not what we would do in that case, right? And then monitor your account activity.
All right, so what should someone do if they're affected by a cybercrime, if the worst of the worst happens?
So, especially around the holiday season, they're playing on your emotions because they know you're out there doing more shopping, things like that. So you just have to be very careful. Again, if it's not something you're looking for, don't click on it. And then, in the unlikely event that it does happen to you, document everything that happens. Look at your account to make sure you know what should be there, what should not be there, and then update every single password that you have, because you don't know how deep it went, right? How far did they get to your information? So change all of your passwords, again, making really strong ones. And then contact your financial institution immediately so that you can stop them in their tracks.
And ATFCU does everything y'all can to help keep your members safe.
Yes, one other thing, alerts. Get alerts. So if something comes through, you got an alert, it didn't happen, you know it wasn't you, that's a good way to get in there as well. We offer that too.
Of course, you offer everything you can to take care of your members. Pam, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Rosie.
To learn more about all of the services Austin Telco Federal Credit Union has to offer, visit atfcu.org. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Austin Telco Federal Credit Union. Welcome back. Food scene in Austin, of course, is unmatched, and our go-to foodie guy, Ali Khan, joins us now with his latest recommendations. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning. By the way, I just noticed the Christmas tree earrings.
Oh, thank you.
I'm in it. I am in it. Here we go. Put on the peanuts. I want to watch the Snoopy special right now.
I'm trying to dress as holiday as possible for
Yeah.
the next couple of weeks. All right, let's talk about some of your favorite bites over the
Yes.
last month. First of all, we're talking K-pot, Korean barbecue and hot pot.
Yeah, so I'm actually really happy to start off with this one. So my son's birthday falls in November, right? Thanksgiving baby, right?
Happy belated to him.
Exactly. He turned the big 1-4, which is kind of mind-blowing, right? Now, I was saddled with taking him and his crew of 7 other 14-year-olds, that's 8 14-year-olds, to
A lot
dinner.
to feed.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
So what is the solution? All you can eat, okay? So K-pot, hot pot, and Korean barbecue is exactly that. It's hot pot, it's Korean barbecue. Now, I'll just say it, full disclosure. This is a chain, but it's a newer one. It's blown up, and I know people who literally, I posted a video about it, like at the top of the year, and people are hitting me up like, oh yeah, I went there. Like, it is a chain explosion. Like, people are loving this spot, and it is a total value. Now, at 14, they're going to charge you the full rate, but still, I know, whoops, right? But this is the thing: it is $40, all you can eat, and it's Korean barbecue, so it's steak, all the ribs, all the meat, all that good stuff, plus the soup, and it's entertainment.
Yeah.
And they did a killer job with like the service and just keeping it going. It was so much fun. I freaking love it. I love it. It's a chain, and I love it, and I'm not ashamed about it. Yeah.
Well, you and I grew up in suburbia, and chains, I love them. I'm sorry, I do. But here's what I want to ask about the hot pot portion.
Yeah.
Is like, I'm afraid of like cooking my own meat.
Yeah,
I'm afraid I will not do so effectively.
Yeah.
What would be your suggestion there?
So, because we had 14-year-olds, they were very much kind of hands-on. But I'm going to give you a little 101 on the Korean barbecue stuff, right? So what you want to do is, the longer you're there, and whether it's the hot pot or the station, those grills get hotter. So you just have to be kind of mindful. Now this got me. My son totally busted me because I left one of those pork bellies on there, and between the fat of the belly and then the sugars from all the other marinades, the burn will happen. So you can always like kind of flag down a server and say, hey, can you clean off the grill or give you a fresh grill? But that's pro stuff right there too. Okay. You want to keep an eye on that grill because it gets dirty, and the dirtier it gets, the easier it is to burn the meats. And the longer it's running, the hotter it gets.
Okay.
So,
All right. That's actually really helpful information because I was a little bit worried about it. Thank you for that. Okay. Let's talk Shawarma King.
Let's talk Shawarma King. So look, sometimes you're driving around town and you're just like, ooh, what's that little spot? Could it be good? I don't know. Now, I love shawarma. I spent a lot of years in Los Angeles, which has a very big Middle Eastern, particularly Armenian food population, right? So I lived off shawarma in my 20s, right?
Lovely.
I rolled the dice. I had just come back from Dallas on a road trip, and I was like, we'll see. Now, I'll say this, full disclosure, a city like Houston or Detroit has a huge Arab American population. You're gonna get good shawarma there. But I hit the jackpot on this spot. So Shawarma King's actually a spin-off. It's a Jordanian shawarma specialist. Their first restaurant is a kebab specialist up north called Usta Kabaji. I hope I'm not butchering the name, but it is what it is. But it was kind of a critic fave, and it's up north in North Austin where you'll find a lot of these other restaurants. There's another great place there called Peace Bakery. But Shawarma King is like kind of close to campus, near like DKR. And I'll tell you, when you're talking about shawarma, so that vertical rotisserie, kind of like gyro, but a little different, the pros know how to carve it.
Yeah.
And you'll see
slight
these spinning,
shape.
oh yes.
Yeah.
And you can do them as salads, as wraps. They're actually pretty creative in their offerings too, so I'd try it. Maybe we go after
I got
for
a
lunch.
thumbs up.
Yeah.
All right, Mercado Sin Nombre.
Yes, so Mercado Sin Nombre is one of those places in East Austin that literally made a lot of waves. It started out as doing these like kind of elite coffee drinks at farmers markets, and then they expanded their menu a bit. Bon Appetit put them in a list of best breakfasts across the country. So they got minted in national media. I'd heard a lot of good things. What they do is they do a very small menu, but a baking program, and they do the whole heirloom corn, and then they nixtamalize it, which usually people associate with making tortillas for really great tacos. But they're doing baked goods. They do a masa Twinkie that is by far,
I'm confused.
Yeah, totally.
I'm confused, but it looks good.
Yeah. So basically, instead of using wheat dough, they're making their Twinkie out of masa. Now, they do incorporate wheat too for, for the gluten, for the texture stuff.
Is it gluten-free? Because
Yeah, I mean, no, it's not. This Twinkie's not gluten-free. But you literally do taste the corn. Like in a really good tortilla, you actually taste corn. You'll taste it in this Twinkie. It's absolutely delicious. But my go-to is their breakfast biscuit sandwich, and they use blue corn plus wheat. The layers of this biscuit look like a croissant. Like there's a lot of work in here, and then they do like a sunny side up egg, a house-made chicken chorizo, and a house-made little Fresno chili sauce, kind of vinegary, and it's solid. It's real solid. Now, you probably want to get one of their really nice coffee drinks, and they work very specifically with coffee purveyors around the world, specifically in Latin America. So it's a spot.
And it sounds like they've got such an original twist. I'm really interested
Yes.
by that. Okay, we're in our last minute.
Yeah.
I want to make sure we get to Frankie's Supper Club.
Oh my God. We are both children of the Midwest, right? So Frankie's Supper Club is literally a throwback. It's a pop-up at Uptown Sports Club, right? It's happening on Sundays. You go there, and it is like those it feels like the food they eat on Mad Men, right? Braised mushrooms, steak for two, creamed spinach, plus they've got the Uptown Sports Club, like New Orleans vibe too, crab cakes, corn and crab chowder, wedge salad.
Wow.
Yeah, no,
Well, that's
real
amazing.
classy, great service. I just love the vibe, and it just goes to show you, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. There's a reason why some of these foods are just all-time great. It's a great steak. Aaron Franklin, who's behind it all, he can make a great steak and a great brisket, so there you go.
That man knows meat. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Allie, thank you for your time.
Always.
All right, for more foodie tips from Allie, visit AllieConEats.com.
It's the 20th anniversary of the iconic Christmas tradition that has brought holiday cheer into homes year after year. Of course, I'm talking about the Elf on the Shelf, and joining us now are co-CEOs and founders of the Lumicella Company and the visionaries behind the Elf on the Shelf, Shanda Abel and Krista Pitts. Hi, ladies, how are you?
We're well. Good to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm excited to speak with you more about this amazing holiday tradition that, of course, families have been partaking in for 20 years now. So let's start with this. How did the idea and vision for Elf on the Shelf initially come into existence?
So the Elf on the Shelf that people know today is really based on our own family tradition. And so when we were growing up, my mom told us that the elf was watching for Santa Claus. And every night, he would fly back to the North Pole and, of course, give the good report because we were excellent
We were
children.
amazing
Well, of
children.
course.
Amazing children. And then in the morning, we would race each other out of bed to try to be the first one to spot the elf who had landed in a different spot in the house. And so for us, it was the most magical part of our childhood. And so when I grew up, I was a former school teacher, and I was having tea with my mom one day, which I love that story. It's like we have tea all the time. But anyway, I look up and I see our elf sitting on a shelf, the one that we grew up with. And I said, Mom, we should ask for Santa's permission to share this story. And so we started writing that night and spent about a year writing what would become the Elf on the Shelf. And of course, Santa has to send the elves, but we wrote a book and packaged it together with a kit and beat all the odds. Nobody wanted to publish it. And so we had to start our own publishing company. And here we are 20 years later.
Here we are. That's insane. What a cool backstory there. Now, kind of expanding on that, why do you think it's continually resonated with families year after year?
I think it's because it's simplicity. Right? Everyone is bombarded with all of these electronic messages, and you're supposed to be here and there, and everything is so almost over scheduled. And I think one of the things that makes the Elf on the Shelf timeless is it's not your latest fad. It's not the most expensive thing you'll ever purchase, but it's evergreen. It's going to be part of your family forever. So you don't have to be the smartest or the most athletic family or the wealthiest or the most musically inclined. Everyone can enjoy the Elf on the Shelf tradition. And it is whatever you make it in your home. So when you adopt a scout elf, if your family is very laid back, your elf will likely be pretty chill. And if your family is uber creative and constantly on the go, the elf is probably going to be a little more creative in your home. And so it really is that simplicity and that authenticity, I think, that resonates with people for the past 20 years and now moving forward.
Yeah, speaking of moving forward, you know what I love about this is what started as such a simple tradition, as you just said, has really expanded and opened the door to the introduction of new characters, storylines, animated series, the list kind of goes on here, right? All through the Santaverse. So how do you see this world continuing to evolve and connect with families year round?
Well, this year we are launching our brand new first ever Backstory of Santa Claus, a novel, right? That's not necessarily Christmas, the rise of Nicholas the Noble, and it's the whole backstory of Santa Claus and how he first meets the elves. You know, for 20 years, we've been getting letters and emails and all the questions, phone calls from families who want to know more about the North Pole. And so the rise of Nicholas the Noble is that first sort of fantasy adventure novel for our older fans to sort of explore that. And then we've also launched Scout Elf Squad, our preschool show, which really introduces younger audiences to all of the characters of the Santaverse. And, you know, in all of these years, we've had so many families who have now grown up with the elf. They love it. They can't wait to bring their children into the tradition at much younger ages. So serving up Scout Elf Squad for them on our official YouTube channel will be, I think, a pleasant surprise with lots of catchy songs. I think they're going to be like, oh, I cannot stop singing these songs.
They're earworms.
They are earworms.
Yeah, two incredible ways that families get to stay connected with what you guys have built, which I love. Now, I know that you've got some incredible collaborations and partnerships in the works for this year, so can you tell us about the ones that maybe you're most excited about?
Absolutely. One of the ones I'm most excited about, and probably because it's so special, is that we have a 20th anniversary box set. And for the first time ever, we've partnered with Swarovski crystals. So the elf on the shelf could not resist getting into the crystals and adding a little bling to the 20th anniversary box set. It's a special limited edition. There are only 10 that have ever been made available for sale. And so that's something we've never done before. And it's really unique and it's special. But then we also have some other collaborations that have been incredibly fun. We've got one with beaches. So if you're ready to escape to the Caribbean, you can book an Elf on the Shelf suite.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Out. Yes. The elf is showing
up.
up in style for sure.
And they do even have Elf on the Shelf butlers that can welcome you and your family to the resort. We've got a partnership with Kinder for chocolates that are themed around the holiday season.
Great stocking stuffers.
And flips.
Flips. So yummy pretzels. We have Outright Games, which is our first ever console game, where kids can really interact with the elf and play on their favorite, device, Xbox, all the things. And I think for us, it's just this magical moment of celebration, 20 years, right? We had the balloon in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and just getting a chance to celebrate with our fans through all of these stories. Razzle the Snowman is new. We have an actual 20th anniversary collector's edition box set. So just again, for us, it's about sharing like the fandom and the celebration of 20 years with all of these people who have just grown up loving the Elf on the Shelf.
Yeah, well, ladies, thank you so much for your time. So many incredible things shared this morning, and hopefully this tradition is for years to come with families around the world. Thank you so much, and happy holidays.
It's our pleasure. You too.
Happy holidays, Blake. Thanks.
The following portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by CPI Health. Even if you're in long-term back pain, a big surgery just may not be the right fit for you. Capital Pain Institute offers minimally invasive alternatives, and Dr. Andrew Phillips is here to tell us more about them. Dr. Phillips, what are some of those minimally invasive alternatives to something like spinal fusion?
Yeah, so we get that question all the time. Patients are coming in and they're like, I just do not want surgery. And, we'll be the first to tell you if there's something that we see that's like, maybe we should have a discussion about this. However, most patients have a lot of options at their disposal. So, for example, maybe they've done some other injections before, maybe they haven't, and we can always go down that route. But beyond that, we have a ton of other interventional or other minimally invasive procedures to offer.
And you've touched on it a little, doctor, but will you give us some of the benefits of these minimally invasive procedures?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think one of the coolest things that I love coming to work every single day is I have these very easy options that patients have never heard of that literally take maybe 10, 15, maybe maximum 30 minutes to do. And again, like I said before, walking out that day. If a little skin incision is required for any reason at all, it's really a skin incision. A lot of the recovery is skin incision recovery. You can get these things done, and our goal is to fix your pain and to fix your pain long term.
Something else that I think is really important to bring up is, lower risk of infection or complications following something, that would be big like a surgery.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the good thing about these procedures are that infection risk is very low. Because they are so minimally invasive, pain is much less after the procedures as well. And like I might have mentioned earlier, a lot of these things, you see some big changes very, very quickly. And also the alteration of some of your movements and ability to walk better and move better afterwards will just fix things long term.
Who would be a good candidate for some of these alternatives?
So the patients we're looking for are patients with chronic lower back pain, chronic neck pain, other chronic joint pains as well. Once they walk in the door, it is our job to determine what is causing that pain, and we will set up a game plan of what the next steps are and what steps moving forward could be.
What kind of recovery can someone expect after these procedures as far as, shorter downtime?
You tend to see a lot of relief very quickly after these procedures. And what I've touched on before is they're walking out that day anyway. The recovery compared to some major surgery is just not even in the same ballpark. I'm usually trying to encourage my patients to start walking and moving pretty much right after we're done. And they do. And they tell me that the pains that they've been having are significantly reduced.
Sounds good to me, Dr. Phillips. Thank you for your time.
Absolutely, it was a pleasure. Thanks.
Capital Pain Institute has multiple locations in the Austin area. Find the one nearest you at capitalpain.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by CPI Health.
Hey, we are happy to be able to offer you some help if you're out there searching for jobs. KXAN has partnered with ZipRecruiter to help you find thousands of job openings in Austin and around the country. Just go to kxan.com/jobs where you can search thousands of new postings every single day. Check it out right now and get started on the path to your next career.
Content segments during Studio 512 were paid for by Austin Telco Federal Credit Union, CPI Health, and the Coloring Table.